we're going to be talking about all the components we've chosen for our multimedia Blu-ray PC.
Right.
The first component is this Antec Fusion Black multimedia case. It's a micro ATX form factor case. So take off the lid. It just simply slides off the top there. You have a look inside. First thing you'll notice is a couple of nice big 80cm fans, I believe they are. They also have speed controls attached to them. They'll plug straight into our power supply, which is over here and built in. It's a 430 watt power supply from Antec. Always been very happy with all their power supplies in the past, so we shouldn't have any problems there. Got enough room there for a couple of hard drives, but only one plate at the front for a DVD/Blu-ray ROM, which the panel will pop out there automatically, and we'll have a look at that later on once we're assembling. If we come back inside the case here, we have a look at our hard drive area, which is nice and ventilated as well. It's also got a couple of grommets on the hard drive brackets, which will prevent any hard drive noise, any vibration through the case. Extremely important when you're assembling a PC, which is going to be in an area like a lounge room, where you want it quiet in, when you're watching movies and whatever else. There's also a bracket here on the side which will neaten up our cables, and all the cable ties are actually included in the case. So all the cabling and assembly should be relatively simple because of our smart design. Just enough room there for our micro ATX motherboard.
And we've chosen an EVGA NVIDIA 630i chipset motherboard.
So we will test this board and compare the graphics cards as well. You never know, it might be good enough for our use. Let's have a look inside the package. Everything's black. Okay, so our SATA cables are black. Our IDE cables are black. Everything's black. Okay, that's really cool actually. It looks nice. So everything's kind of just sat there on top, no little compartments or anything else. If we have a look on the back of the motherboard, as you can see, all our video output connectors are there. Optical audio, 8 channels, gigabit LAN, FireWire, 4 USB on the back there. Everything we could possibly need. A little LCD readout on the top of the board here. I imagine it will give us some sort of information about what's going on as far as the BIOS is concerned. Everything we need. Nice, fresh smell of a motherboard. It's something only a technician could appreciate, I guess. So that's our EVGA 630i motherboard from NVIDIA, as far as the chipset is concerned.
Being a socket 775 board, we've gone for an Intel Core 2 Duo dual-core CPU. It's a 2.53 GHz version, 45 nanometer, and 3 meg level 2 cache. Yeah. Which should be more than enough, really.
Definitely.
Yeah.
For the type of things we're going to be doing in this PC, this CPU will be one quiet enough. It's not
right.
You wouldn't go too high end as far as the CPU is concerned. The faster the CPU or the latest cutting edge CPUs always require faster fans.
Do you think you'll be using the stock standard fan that Intel provide, or?
I will test that. There is a lot of other coolers out there which are a lot quieter. Keeping in mind also that because we're not going to be playing a lot of games on there, watching DVDs and all isn't that CPU intensive.
Right.
So we can adjust the fan speed and the BIOS as well to clock it down when it's not needed. These hard drives have some sort of low noise technology built into them. I'm not too sure of the exact name. We will go into that in the actual article, and it's a quiet technology. So we'll see how loud they really are once we put them to use in this multimedia server. We will measure it with the little decibel meter we've got here, and we'll tell how loud it really is. So a terabyte of hard drive space, SATA hard drives, should be good.
For the RAM, we have 2 gigs of Corsair DDR2. This is stuff that we've had for a while, isn't it?
We've had it around the labs for a while. We've used Corsair for forever and a day. Never had any problems.
Thanks to Corsair, they often provide us with samples, and we're very grateful.
This particular RAM has LED displays on top, makes it easier for testing purposes and seeing what's going on with your RAM, seeing if it's working or not.
Yeah.
And 2 gig should be more than enough for this. Although 64-bit Vista does support more than 2 gig, I think it's going to be more than enough for the applications we want to use it for.
Of course, there is also the Sony BD-ROM drive. We spoke about this in episode 1 of this series, so I won't go into it again. It's a shame that you're not going to be able to see the front of it in that case. Actually, it does have quite a nice.
Once it pops out, you'll be able to see it, but when it's inside, no, you will not be able to see it whatsoever. It's discreet. It's a discrete front of the case, so it's going to hide the ROM drive. So
operating system, we're going for Windows Vista Home Premium. Why did you make this decision, John? I am not a fan of Vista.
Well, Home Premium for starters has the whole multimedia suite built into it.
Right.
Media
now
center.
we actually have a multimedia PC in the lounge room at the moment, and it has Vista and it has Media Center on it. I don't like Media Center, I have to say. Do you know that my biggest gripe with it is that if you're watching something and you want to fast forward, you can't actually grab that little sort of bit on the the dial and drag it forward.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I hate that.
Yeah, I'm not too sure why they've done it like that and why they've taken that feature out. Whether it's I don't know whether we're blonde or whatever else, they haven't found it, but I haven't really researched it. I mean, obviously you still have access of Media Center 11 or Media Player 11, so we can fast forward and move around. And
well, the other thing I guess is being a Blu-ray multimedia PC, we'll have to use some other software as well.
The main reason I wanted Media Center on there is for the recording aspect of it on the digital TV side of things. We're going to be installing a digital TV tuner in there, so we want to be able to record it, and all the software is built into Vista Home Premium, so it should have everything we need out of the box.
Well, let's see whether I can be impressed by the end of this series, or whether I'm saying, put XP on there.
As we said, we've got a integrated 7150 GeForce card on the motherboard. Some of the other cards we will be testing is, the first one is an ATI card, Crossfire compatible.
HD3450. This is actually quite an inexpensive card.
Yeah, it's like $30, $40 bucks.
Yeah, I think it's about $35 US. So it would be pretty impressive, really, I think, that if you could build a fully fledged Blu-ray media center with such a cheap card. Then we've got the NX8500 GT. Now, that one again is not a very expensive card. It's under $60.
It's like a $50 card.
Yeah.
This is a passive cooled GeForce card. No mention of Vista on the front of the box, but that just maybe because it does have on the back of the box here a little tiny thing certified for Windows Vista. Maybe NVIDIA or MSI in this case don't put as much emphasis on Vista as
Radeon HD 3870.
So this is kind of like one of their high-end or medium to high-end graphics cards.
Oh, it's a nice looking card too, actually.
Yeah, so it's a full-size card, but
bit of a shame you wouldn't see it in this case.
Yeah, the fan technology on this is bi-directional air intake channels. It's quiet, ultra silent durable fan. So although this is a high-end card, unlike most high-end cards, it should be relatively quiet and give us really good performance. We really want this media center to be more than just a DVD player, because I mean you can buy a Blu-ray player cheaper obviously.
Yeah, true.
So we wanted to be able to do all our video stuff, including videos off the camera, home movies, stuff like that.
And also recording from live TV.
Recording from live TV. Installing Star Wars Lego on there and playing some games. Even World of Warcraft on the big screen TV would be kind of cool sitting in the lounge room. We might even have a look at plugging in some of the Xbox style controllers and interfacing it on the front there as well. And
into the PC?
Into the PC, yeah. So there's a few games out there which fully support the Xbox controllers on PC, so we could basically get our gaming console in our lounge room that is actually running PC games, which is cheaper.
I mean, an Xbox is really just a PC anyway, isn't it?
Exactly right. So if the controllers work on it, awesome. We'll see how we go. So that's all our hardware.
Yep. Except for the tuner card. We haven't got that yet, but we will talk about that when we do. Of course, it'll be towards the end of the project anyway.
That's going to be like one of the last things installed.
Yeah.
So we're going to build the base PC and get the operating system installed and start testing out the graphics cards.
So we'll have another video online in 1 week's time.